Hello everyone, this video will be for Callisto Protocol early thoughts. Now, I went into Callisto Protocol with a careful level of excitement. It's made by a lot of the same developers that made critically acclaimed survival horror Dead Space. So, most people expected something of the same vein, not only because of the team working on Callisto, but also due to the gameplay footage which looked incredibly impressive and a definite throwback to Dead Space 1. Now, I played almost 4 hours and have a good sense of the game. I will be doing a full review shortly, but for now I just wanted to leave here my early thoughts on what I experienced so far. The subject garnering the most attention is clearly performance and optimization. I had the luck of starting Callisto Protocol after the developers patched the glaring issue, which was shaders compilation. I can't give too much commentary on this, as unlike most of the people who played it on launch day, I didn't experience that many graphical issues. The game of course is clearly demanding, but at the same time it looks the part. I am having the occasional frame drop deep, when there is a lot of lightning effects or fog, even particle effects. I am playing on a GTX 1080 Ti, which is clearly a bit old by nowadays standards. Still, by fiddling with the graphics options I am able to get at least constant 50 FPS on 4K. I won't be as negative as other reviewers, since for me, performance wasn't an issue. Speaking a bit on the combat and progression system side, I'm enjoying it, but I can already see a few faults. Over the 4 hours I played, it seems like melee is what the devs had in mind as the primary tool for combat, with pistol and other weapons being secondary. The combat is very simple. Whenever an enemy attacks, no matter the direction of their attack, as long as you are pressing the right or left keys, you will automatically dodge. There is a timing element, but it's not very oppressive. The player also needs to always be on the lookout for a second melee attack from enemies, as they can either just punch one time or do a 1-2 punch combo, and basically all you need to do is dodge with the other button, so if you dodge right on the first punch, you'll need to press left for the second dodge. Now, this is a bit faulty, as you can see, as it's not much strategic. You can fail and basically still be okay, and also it doesn't matter the direction that the opponent's punches are coming from, right? I mean, if an opponent punch is coming from the right, you should dodge left, but no, you can dodge left or right, and as long as you are holding down the left or right button, you automatically dodge. It's flawed, and it's not very strategic. It's very simple, very easy, so I don't see any difficulty with this type of combat so far right now. I don't know how they will expand it in the further hours to come, but so far I don't like much this implementation. It's impactful, yes, it's weighty, the weapons, the melee, but at the same time it's kind of easy due to you don't need to think too much, right? Where the enemy, you just press one or the other, it doesn't matter where the attack is coming from. Now, in the brief moments of respite where enemies aren't punching is when you'll have your window to follow up with a counter of your own. The game also seems to introduce weapons as a via to deal additional damage to the melee combos you deal. So, whenever you are in your melee combo, a reticule will appear on enemy's body part, which you can press the right mouse button for a shot. There is no aiming involved, so it's another fault on the combat. It's clearly easy and casual, made for consoles first and foremost. Like, you don't even need to aim, you just press your right mouse button and you'll automatically follow the reticule where it is, right on the enemy's body, and you just hit the enemy. So, you can also shoot from a distance without going toe to toe to enemies. It's in there in the game, you can do that, but from what I experienced so far, it's not as effective as going toe to toe with enemies. Aside from that, you also have access to other tools like the GRP armband, at least so far in my playthrough, not sure if there are other tools later in the game. With the grip, as they call it, you can basically pull enemies and throw them wherever you want, be it a spiked wall or just a wall, and after throwing, you can follow up with a weapon shot or a melee combo. It reminds me a bit of Half-Life 2, albeit a bit less creative and less freedom. As far as progression systems, the little I saw involved a printer, which is able to craft weapons, and inside said printer, the player also has the chance to upgrade these weapons, which can increase damage, velocity of rounds, or even new weapon rounds. I haven't delved too deep into these, but seem simply yet effective. What I am really enjoying in this game is really the atmosphere and the pacing. From the very first moment of the game, things rarely settle down and the game settles into a frenetic pacing and hasn't let go yet. The lightning, coupled with very good usage of dark tones and dark atmosphere, gore, dismemberment, help increase the tension, and it really feels like you are playing a survival horror as you should be. As for the story, so far it's nothing special, but I'm expecting the plot threads to start connecting sooner, as the player has been left in the dark for pretty much the entire beginning of the game, and you don't know what's really happening. How have people turned into these monsters? Who is behind it? What's the big picture? All you know is you were wrongly imprisoned after crash landing on the planet due to being boarded by a terrorist group, and after something goes awry in the prison, it's chaos, and prisoners along with guards are turning into monsters. You want one thing, to escape. These are my initial thoughts on Callisto Protocol, overall positive, but still expecting the game and combat to open a bit more, be a bit more difficult. It's very simplistic for what it could have been, it's very casual. Expect a full review in the upcoming weeks, which might be delayed due to me trying out the new Path of Exile League, Forbidden Sanctum, and the Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader Alpha CRPG from Alcat. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see you on the next one, guys.